Now, news just coming through. A blast at Delhi's Red Fort on the 10th of November left the city in shock, and amid the chaos, a black sports shoe and a piece of maroon cloth were recovered from the site. Crucial clues that led the investigators to Dr. Umar Nabi. CCTV footage showed a white i20 car entering the fort in the afternoon, driven by a masked man wearing the same black shoes and maroon shirt. Forensic analysis, including DNA matching with Nabi's family, confirmed that the driver indeed was Dr. Umar Nabi, driver of that explosive-laden vehicle. The attack, suspected to have links with Jaish, is now under further investigation by the NIA. Anvit now joins us live. Anvit, there were many threads to this. The i20 car pointed to Umar Nabi, but more importantly, his physical presence inside the car was determined by the shoe and the cloth that was found.
Yes, Anand, and this was a preliminary investigation. In fact, much before the DNA sample had confirmed that it was Umar Nabi in the car, because that was the only way left to find out who in the car was, because the intensity of explosion was such that nothing was left. In fact, even the car was only remains of metal entangled into itself. So initial investigation revealed that there was one person. When the police started, the first thing they could establish was it was an i20 car, a white color i20 car that was in the center of the blast site. It was expected that probably this was the vehicle, explosive-laden vehicle that was detonated. And when they did not have any scientific evidence, what they found was there was a black shoe, and because all the nearby things, human remains, they were all flung across into a radius of 500 meters. There were some belongings of people in the nearby areas of also. So one maroon cloth was also found on a tree near the blast site, and when all of these were picked up, initially they were just picked up as usual samples from the spot. But later on, when CCTV footage was checked and the attire of this man Umar Nabi, whenever he had stepped out of the car, that was checked, detailed intelligence was gathered on this man. It was found that actually that shoe that had been recovered from the spot, that was the shoe that this man had been wearing. And when CCTV footage further showed that he was wearing a maroon shirt, that piece of cloth was also collected and it was confirmed that this was the shirt that probably he was wearing. So much before DNA had confirmed, it was almost confirmed that this is the man who was in the car, the man who was seen in CCTV footage. And also when the Faridabad module people who had been arrested from there, when they also disclosed that yes, Umar Nabi had fled, and when they were shown the CCTV footages, they also confirmed that yes, this is the person who Umar Nabi is. Then it was confirmed that okay, this was the man who was probably in the vehicle, and this the man who was seen in the CCTV footage, and the belongings that have been found from the spot, they belong to him. So this is how when scientific evidences were yet to be yet to be received, it was already confirmed by the cops that Umar Nabi was present in the car when he had exited the Red Fort after staying there for 3 hours. He had entered Red Fort around 3:19, and after 3 hours later, when he exited the Red Fort, then at the red light, at the very signal right in front of Red Fort, he detonated the vehicle. So that confirmation was very crucial to this investigation that was done by Delhi police, and that is what led to DNA sampling of this man, and later on confirming that yes, it was Umar Nabi who was driving the vehicle.
Right, but Anvit, who was he meeting inside for 3 hours? Why did he wait for 3 hours? Was he waiting for peak traffic to come in? Did he know? Did he time it for create maximum damage? And also, where was the explosive device placed for him to detonate it? Was it at the rear seat of the car, or was it in the dicky or in the boot?
See, what we have been told by the investigators when we asked that what he was doing for 3 hours there in the Red Fort parking. We are being told that there are cameras in the exit and the entry points of the parking. He was seen entering the parking in the car, and then he was seen exiting. So what he was doing for 3 hours, because many others vehicle went in. So whether he was meeting anyone, whether any exchange of consignments was done between cars in the Red Fort parking, that remains unknown, or that has at least not been disclosed. But police are checking that, because when he was driving around Delhi, there were many spots where he stepped out. CNN News 18 exclusive played out visuals of him right outside a mosque. So that is also one site from where he was seen without a mask. That was his first visuals without a mask where he was seen. And so police is also confirming, were there people who he had met during that time when he was driving across Delhi, or maybe he had procured something. So that shop or that place from where he had procured, maybe some industrial area, or wherever he had gone, all those touch points are now being sanitized, and more people are being picked up and rounded up for that.
Right. Thank you for those inputs.